Hey Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. Before I get into the bookish chat, and I have so much stuff to talk to you guys about, I wish I want to make this video longer, but I'm not going to. The heat, which is just unbelievable. The business that I work for actually bought all of the administrative staff our own portable air conditioners, which I didn't even really know existed. I'm not sure how crazy I am about the idea of water and something being plugged into the wall. Like, I don't know how I feel quite about that, but I have heard from many of you. I've seen some pictures on Voxer and Instagram and things like that of just really, really intense temperatures. And I am in my freezing basement with a sweater on and drinking a cup of tea. It's even a Christmas mug. I'm so sorry. I wish, well, I have felt some of your pain in my own office. Heating and cooling system in our entire building does not work. So we have been given individual fans and now this kind of portable personal air conditioner, which is wild. But at my house, the temperature remains quite cold. I was just thinking how great it would be if I could just invite a whole bunch of you. You guys could bring air mattresses and sleeping bags, and we could all just camp out in the basement together. We could sit out on the patio. Oh, it would be so wonderful to have all of you here with me. So my house isn't quite big enough for all of you, but we'd figure something out. We'd make it work. I actually think one of my relatives might be camping in our backyard next weekend, so that'll be a first. All right, into the bookish talk, and there is so much to share with you guys. Okay, first of all, I am still reading The Real Jane Austen, A Life in Small Things by Paula Byrne, and the memoir Austen Years by Rachel Cohen. I know, I've been reading these forever. So my plan is to have a bookish marathon. If you have any ideas, please let me know. But I'm planning to have a bookish marathon this weekend and just try to hopefully finish one of these at least. This one, I'm more than halfway through, so I really feel like I should be able to finish this weekend. The Austen Years one, you can tell I have not made much progress. So that is my theme for the weekend, is to, it's like 300 pages between, for both books, but that is going to be where I'm really focused and honed in. I've been trying to keep up with laundry and dishes this week so that this weekend I could just immerse myself. And I am enjoying them. I don't mean to make it sound like they're a burden or anything like that. I am learning things and seeing things from different perspectives, but it, I have so many other great books that I want to get to. So, like I said, if you have any ideas for a bookish marathon this weekend, please let me know in the comments section down below. Okay, I did finish a book this week. It was so great. Oh my goodness. So I did a buddy read with Sandy from Miss Reads a Lot and Denise from La Rosa Reads. And we read Nella Larson's Passing, which I think is an incredible, incredible piece of fiction. I really, really loved this. And I admit I came into the book kind of knowing what was going to happen because I'd seen the movie. But so many people on Booktube had said such great things to me about this book. Look at that cover. And I mean, it was very hard to do as a buddy read in some ways because I rarely do I say this. This book is 120 pages long, but I could have read this, you know, in one sitting. It's just so great. I'm not going to go into the details of Shorty September, but if you are planning on participating in that, I recommend this as a great short novel to read in September. It is, right now, it's in my top 3 reading experiences of the year. So it's just the writing. Her writing is so fluid and you know, it's not overly descriptive, but you still really have a sense of things, a sense of place and time, and yeah, just wow, what a great book. And I'm already like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to read this again. So glad that I have read that this year. So before I do my mini rant here at the end, what am I going to be reading next? Because I am going to finish those Jane Austen books. So I have a buddy read for the first half of August with Sina from Beating Around the Books, The Painted Drum by Louise Erdrich. I really hope this is good because my buddy reader has not read any Louise Erdrich, and so I just want it to be a great experience. I don't really know anything about this book. I just know that it's Louise Erdrich and she is a phenomenal writer. And so I'm really looking forward to starting this at the beginning of August. Later in the month, I'm going to be rereading with Kim from Middle of the Book March, now in November by Josephine Johnson. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this book and actually like do a proper review video of it because it's just incredible. So yes, like wonderful things. And then I have this amazing surprise from the public library today. I got my well, it's not my copy, it's the library's copy, but The Netanyahus by Joshua Cohen, which won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction this year. I requested it the day that it won, and finally, at long last, I have it. Now, the subtitle is An Account of a Minor and Ultimately Even Negligible Episode in the History of a Very Famous Family. So this book was on the New York Times book review, 100 Notable Books in 2021. It also looks like it's a National Jewish Book Award winner, which I think is really interesting. I get the sense that, like, obviously the Netanyahus are a real family. So I'm curious. It seems to me like maybe he's bridging, fiction and nonfiction together in this. But I'm very, very curious as to, why this book, which is, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say obscure, but I certainly haven't heard it talked about until it won the Pulitzer. But anyway, so I was thrilled that my library finally got it in. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to read this and again do a review video and talk to you guys about it. So finally, the last book. I did actually start reading this, so I suppose in theory at one point this week I was reading 4 books at the same time, which is a little crazy for me, but this is a book that I got at work. We're gonna be reading this at work. I don't know when. And I actually really like the theory behind this book, but this is the kind of book we don't often chit chat about on Booktube. So this is The Gap and the Gain, The High Achiever's Guide to Happiness, Confidence, and Success, by Dan Sullivan, founder of Strategic Coach. Please don't forget that. That will be important later. With Dr. Benjamin Hardy. So I read the introduction for this book this week. And again, I like the theory behind what they're behind the premise of the book. Okay, so the idea is that we have a starting point and we have an ideal. I don't know how well you guys can see this. So we have this ideal up here, and then like somewhere in the middle, because the ideal is always moving further away, right? And then there's what we've achieved. And if we focus on how far we are still removed from the ideal, we're in the gap. But if we instead focus on what we've achieved, still visualizing the ideal, we're in the gain. And actually this part of the introduction has been really helpful. I feel like I don't know what the book is going to be like, to be totally honest, but just this idea I think could really help me with maybe some mental resilience, because I definitely don't stop to think very much about what I have achieved in my life. I tend to focus on my failures and unfortunately not really learn anything from my failures, but yeah, so I'm hopeful, but some of the writing in this introduction has been so bad. So first of all, okay, so there's just periodically, like, there'll be this black page with a quote on it. And it is, I mean, it's, like, there's another one. So they're throughout the book. So that's Dan, those are quotes from Dan Sullivan. But he basically delegated to Benjamin Hardy to write the book. But it's got to have Dan Sullivan's name on it so that he can promote his company, Strategic Coach. Which, I mean, really at the beginning of the book, okay, in addition to praise for the book, we also have each of their dedications, and Dan Sullivan's dedication is, again, very much focused on like all the people that he's, you know, helped with this theory. Benjamin Hardy's dedication is really about his family. so that was quite a contrast. And again, yeah, so we start off with a quote from Dan Sullivan. But so I'm slowly getting through the introduction, and I get to this last part at the end. Okay, so this is just a few pages away from the end of the introduction. My name is Dr. Benjamin Hardy. I'm an organizational psychologist and best-selling author. I'm also the writer of this book and co-author with Dan Sullivan. Just like, do you really need to tell us you wrote this book? Like, we've already seen your dedication. Your name is on the cover. And so so they wrote another book together, called Who Not How: The Formula to Achieve Bigger Goals Through Achieving Teamwork, which he this is still in the introduction, okay? That book was published in 2020 and became a national bestseller. And he says, so the theory behind that book is when you ask who rather than how, you free yourself of the burden of needing to do all the work yourself. Instead, you become a leader with a vision and a team of capable who's on board to execute that vision. That's why I'm the one writing this book and not Dan. He doesn't write these kinds of books and I do. Yet he wants these books written. Rather than doing the how himself, Dan gets to do the who's to support his increasingly growing vision. And then we get a whole pitch for Dan Sullivan's company, Strategic Coach, and how it's like the best entrepreneurial program in the world. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then, like, as if that all wasn't just like so much. Benjamin Hardy goes on to talk about how like he started learning from Dan in 2014 in the first year of his PhD program when he was only making $12,000 a year. And through Dan's teachings, I was able to create a 7-figure business and build team before graduating. And I'm just like, dude, just write the book, okay? Just tell us about this idea, which is a really interesting and good idea. I'm tired of them selling me this company and selling me this book that I already have in my hands, right? So I'm gonna keep reading, obviously, because it is for work. But and I'm just hoping this is one of the books that I would say, like, just eat the meat and spit out the bone. Talk about the idea itself and don't try to sell me this company and don't try to like sell me yourself. This is why we don't talk about these kind of books in this corner of BookTube, at least, because yeah, they're just not really that satisfying. So again, good ideas, it's the execution. There's my little mini rant. Okay, BookTube, wish me luck with my Bookish marathon. Come on. Tell me what you're reading. If you've read something that we've talked about previously in a Friday Reads video and you want to share your thoughts with me, I'd love to hear that as well. I'm so glad you're here. BookTube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. It'll be okay if I don't finish both of those books this weekend. It's not the end of the world. And stay cool, everyone. I will be back with another bookish video very soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.